Hey, hey!
So if you haven't figured it out by now, I don't really have intros planned. Hi, so let's get started.
Hey, hey!
Well, hey, everybody. What's up, everyone? My name's A.J. Herschel the Kid, and I'm here with Caedmon Bauer. How you doing today, man?
Oh, it's been a long time since I've seen you. Our last Allied Shorts.
Which you guys should totally check out.
Yeah, it was on jersey, NFL, NBA, and MLB jerseys that need some work.
Yeah,
Go check
that was
it
a
out.
fun one. That was a fun one. Jacob Carlson already in the house. He says, I'm back. Good to have you with us, man. So we decided, why not? Packers 49ers is tonight, Thursday night football, and then Bears Titans coming up this week. So we're just going to do a quick episode on those two games really, really fast because they're our favorite teams and they're big games. Well, Thursday night football, I think we know who's going to win, but at least Bears Titans can be pretty impactful for the playoffs. So let's go ahead and get into it. Caedmon, your Packers taking on the San Francisco We Have COVID 49ers. Is there any chance the 49ers win this? They have no Garoppolo. Their top three running backs are out. They have no Debo. They have no Brandon Ayuk. They have no Kittle. Is there a chance they win this?
Yeah, I mean, there's always a very slim chance in this game. But, I mean, looking from purely even every position individually, Packers should take this easily. I mean, okay, let's compare Aaron Rodgers to Jimmy G. Jimmy G was injured.
Nick Mullins is playing.
Oh, so that's even worse.
Yeah,
so
that's what I'm saying. The 49ers have no one.
Yeah. So, and then you're without George Kittle, like you said. That's not good. So, offense, Packers should be dominating because 49ers defense has injuries and COVID. It's just been taking them over. Hopefully their secondary is still okay. They are then I think they're still in the Super Bowl hangover. It's going to last all year. But then, I'm not really sure because no one knows if Aaron Jones is going to be in. I hope he will be, because if he is, it'll be an even easier game for the Packers. But I mean, it's still never going to be easy. I mean, you have guys like Brandon Ayuk, and I think he really could dominate.
He's out.
No way.
Dude, this is what I was saying. Jimmy's out. Ayuk is out with COVID. Debo's still out with COVID. They have no Raheem Mostert. They have no
Samuel.
No, Debo's done. Debo's done.
I mean, is McKinnon?
Yes, McKinnon will be playing. He's like the only starter that's playing so far.
So,
they have no one.
Oh, I thought Ayuk was in. I thought Debo was supposed to be in.
Then the wide receivers tonight for San Francisco are Trent Taylor and Richie James, and their tight end will be Ross Dwelly and Jordan Reed.
We don't know. So, basically, you're going to look at this team, and I think Robbie Gould is going to be doing maybe a couple field goals if they can get there. It's going to be I don't know if you want to be punting a lot or don't, but it's going to be a lot of punting for the 49ers. I'm assuming. I'm gonna guess that. But hey, I still think the San Francisco defense can still put up some fight, just because the Packers are coming off a bad week with the Vikings. I think that was a fluke, but I'm not totally sure. Yeah, I think it's not going to be as easy as you say, but I mean, the 49ers have virtually no offense at this point. It's all like guys coming off the practice squad. So, yeah, AJ, what do you think?
I'm going to be honest. I'm still not 100% why. I don't know if this warranted a whole episode. If the 49ers beat the Packers tonight, I will come up here with a 3-minute formal apology to the San Francisco 49ers. I'm dead serious because I don't think they stand a chance today. Not a chance. You're going in with no Jimmy Garoppolo. You don't have Raheem Mostert or Jeff Wilson or Tevin Coleman, and they've said Jerick McKinnon has been tired. He's coming in questionable. James Hasty, I don't even know if he's playing. He might be on the COVID list. Kyle Juszczyk is your best offensive player right now. He is your best offensive player right now. Okay, thank you. Jordan Reed is going to be fine, but there's no telling how long he's going to be able to play. If the 49ers are good at anything, it's pretty much stopping the run, especially on defense. So the Packers might have a hard time with Aaron Jones not at 100% and no Jamal Williams and no A.J. Dillon due to COVID. Okay, so it's a Devontae Adams type of night then. I don't think the 49ers pulling this out. And the Packers, the 49ers and the Packers are both not coming off of the most ideal weeks, let's say that. The Packers absolutely got gashed by Dalvin, which I think is a fluke on offense, but I don't think is a fluke on defense because they haven't been good at stopping the run all year. They're in bottom 12 in the league against the run for the season. But I think their pass defense isn't bad. Jair Alexander is going to lock down the one guy who the 49ers are going to be able to throw to. So, I mean, there you go. The 49ers are coming off to a loss to the Seahawks when they actually had, their starting offense intact. And I mean, you can make the argument these dudes are in the NFL. They deserve to be here. Yeah, sure. But they're down to like their fifth running back, guys. The 49ers are down to their third, fourth wide receiver starting. I don't think the 49ers have that big of a chance. If they bring it out, if they somehow pull out a win in a 12-7 game because the Packers aren't rested from Sunday, I will come out with an apology. But I think the Packers are going to roll. I think Adams is going to roll. I think Rodgers is going to roll. I think the Packers, if it's low scoring, it's only because they've game managed the entire game super well. I don't see the 49ers winning this.
I don't either. Makes me very happy. And I'm not even sure. I mean, riddled with injuries and a ton of people on the COVID-19 list right now. But, I mean, I still don't think – we were talking about NFL report cards the other day, and I don't think they should be 4-4. They just aren't a team that really looks like they would be if you just saw their schedule and everything. And Super Bowl hangover, you never know what's going to happen to this team.
Yeah, see, here's the thing. We've gone back and forth on this before. There's a difference between a hangover and a curse. The hangover is when you don't perform well and you should. Like, think 2017 Falcons after the Super Bowl loss. A curse is when people get injured. That's like the Madden curse, where you get injured for making it on the case. Patrick Mahomes beat the curse, gave it to the 49ers. Half their team is gone. And when looking at the 49ers and the games they've won, they're 4-4, but why? Because they beat the Jets? Because they beat Daniel Jones and the Giants? Because they beat the Cam Newton back off of COVID Cam Newton? Yeah, they haven't beaten anybody. Their only big win was against the Rams, and the Rams are the weirdest team in football. And I saw an ESPN headline. The Rams are the worst 5-3 team in the league. I don't know. The 49ers aren't that good of a team. If they were healthy, they would be. If they were healthy, especially their defense, because then you'd have Nick Bosa in, who is the best. We all know Nick Bosa is one of the best defensive ends in the league. So just by defense, the 49ers would at least stay competitive. But without half your defense, Richard Sherman is still injured. Without almost all of your offense, they lost offensive linemen this year. The 49ers are a mess. I don't see them winning this. And look, if they were in the NFC East, maybe they'd be able to make the playoffs because right now their team is looking better injured than the NFC East is looking healthy, but they aren't. They play in the division with the Seahawks, Cardinals, and Rams. So there's no way the 49ers win this.
Yeah.
If they do, I'll give an apology, though. If they do, I'll give an apology.
All right. Sounds good.
Yeah.
I hope I don't hear it. But AJ, let's move on to your Chicago Bears going to Tennessee this week.
Yeah. I don't see us winning this. Do we have a chance? Sure. Because on defense, what has been on the offense of the Bears, their main problem, people can say the pass game or the run game, it starts with the offensive line. The pass game's been bad because Foles doesn't have time to throw. The run game's been bad because there's so many people getting in. What are the Titans bad at? Rushing the quarterback. They did not get to Joe Burrow at all. And this is the Bengals, who have one of the league's worst offensive lines, and they let him throw the ball everywhere and they beat him. And that will work. That's what worries me. The Titans get beat through the air. I don't know if the Bears can compete with that. I do think they'll be able to lock down Corey Davis and what's the other dude? A.J. Brown. I do think they can lock them up just because the Bears secondary is good. We know that. They're top 5 in the league in terms of passes defended, and Jalen Johnson and Kyle Fuller are both in the top 3 in terms of completion percentage. But what are the Bears not great at? Stopping the run. They let up 100 yards to the Rams and Darrell Henderson. This is Derrick Henry, who ended Josh Norman's career by stiff-arming him 97 yards across the field. Is that an exaggeration? Maybe. But Derrick Henry is the most powerful back in the league today. He can run anybody over. And yes, the Bears bottled up Kamara, but I don't know if that's a one-week thing, if that was a one-week fluke, because our entire season, we haven't done that. I don't think we'll be able to contain Henry, and even if we do, Tannehill can beat them through the air, especially to Jonnu Smith. Covering the tight end has been something the Bears have been back and forth on the entire year. I don't think the Bears offense is going to be able to keep up with Derrick Henry's production, and the Titans are going to game manage like crazy. Vrabel's smart. The Bears' play calling has been iffy at best, and everybody said that they're sick of seeing Cordero Patterson run the ball on 4th and 1. I know. We all are. We're all tired of it because it doesn't work. I don't see us winning the game. The Titans are too good, and Vrabel's gonna be mad. The Titans are coming off of 2 tough losses. The Steelers game, where they just didn't show up in the first half, and then the Bengals game, where you got beat by a rookie from Louisiana State. I think the Titans are going to come out mad. I think Derrick Henry's going to run and win the game. And as a Bears fan, yeah, I'd like to say we'd win. And if they do, I'll be super happy, and I'll be celebrating our next podcast. But I don't think we'll be able to stop Derrick Henry.
So I'm gonna disagree with you a little bit. I mean, so what you said, the Bears have been Nick Foles has been sacked 9 times the past 2 weeks, so that's not good. That's saying something about their offensive line. But like you said, Titans terrible. Seems like getting to the quarterback, playing the Bengals, who are just about as bad as the Bears' offensive line, if not worse. But I think, you know what? I think the Bears, no matter how good any secondary is, I think there's something about A.J. Brown where he can just get past any secondary, and I think he will demolish the Bears' secondary.
Well, he was bottled up, keep in mind. Last week, week 8, the Titans went into Cincinnati, who have a terrible secondary, and he was held to 4 catches the whole game.
Yeah, that was interesting. I think that may have been just a fluke, but I'm not totally sure. It could have just been a one-game thing. But what was I going to say? Oh, another thing. I mean, Bears are coming off back-to-back losses, right?
Yep.
Rams and Saints.
That's correct.
I think something with the Rams is they have a weird, and I've seen this with the Bills as well. They have a weird way that they sometimes run the ball with Darrell Henderson, and it worked really well against the Bears, especially the first half, because the Bears did not know what they were supposed to do. They let the play develop, make it look like a pass play, make all the linebackers step back, cover someone else, and then you give it to Darrell Henderson when there's actually a hole, instead of just like a quick handoff right away. And it really worked, especially the first half. Not sure what happened though with like Alvin Kamara. That was amazing. They really kept him to like
somehow.
Yeah, it was. And I'm not totally sure. It could have been the type of running back they're playing. They were not playing like a beast that can necessarily power you over at all times like Derrick Henry. But they were playing a guy like with a ton of speed, still a good amount of strength, but not the same type of running. Like he doesn't run the same way. So I kind of think that Derrick Henry will have a pretty good game, just because the Bears D line or just run defense this year hasn't been too great, except playing Alvin Kamara. So yeah, I don't know. I think this will be probably a somewhat high scoring game. I'm guessing Allen Robinson will get a lot of touches throughout the game. Receptions. And I'm going to say that Bears win this by a field goal in, I don't know. Yeah, just by a field goal. I'm going to go 33-30.
Wow.
I think the Bears do pull this one off.
If
I don't
we
think they're
pull
gonna.
off 33 points, I will be so happy.
I don't think they're gonna lose 3 games in a row. I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't.
Sorry, go ahead.
I don't know, but I don't feel like the Titans' defense is going to be honestly good enough. I mean, David Montgomery, there's him, but then you get Allen Robinson and Mooney. Mooney has stepped up in the past couple games. Like he was on the practice team before, and he was on nobody's radars. Now, if you're a Bears fan, you know who that guy is. Like,
oh yeah.
He has really stepped up and taken the number 2 position, especially since Miller. Nothing's happening with him. Yeah, that's not cool to be Miller. But also Jimmy Graham. Jimmy Graham's getting better. Jimmy Graham's getting more in the end zone, more in general. He's looking faster too. I'll just say that he's looking faster, especially like quick out routes. He's really getting those, and he's had a connection with Nick Foles. It's too bad though that Trubisky did get injured,
which is so bad, man. He played one play and he's out for multiple weeks. Why?
If you haven't seen that play, you need to go check it out because it was just designed terribly. I mean, I don't know. Shouldn't have happened, honestly. It was terrible.
Yeah. If we pull it out, I'll be super, super happy about it. I just don't see us stopping Derrick Henry because while we bottled up Kamara, he had, I think, 2 or 3 rushes of 20-plus yards. And we're talking Derrick Henry who can run over people, and when he's running downhill, he's virtually unstoppable. So I think Derrick Henry is definitely the factor. So here's my keys to the game. Like everyone gives their keys to the game, whatever. Bears 2 keys. You have to stop Derrick Henry. That's the first one. And second, I would say you have to establish the run early. If they want to win, those are the 2 things they need to do. Get Montgomery going so then you can hit him over the top throwing to Graham and Robinson. And then on defense, you need to stop Henry. Otherwise, it's going to be all over. For the Titans, I think it's their pass rush has to get to Foles because when you give him time, he will hit his receivers. He made a couple nice throws to Mooney and Robinson when he had time in the pocket against the Saints. But when he's pressured, he has one of the lowest quarterback ratings in the league. Get to him. And then also, you got to find a way to set up the pass game because if you get Derrick Henry going, that's going to free up A.J. Brown and Corey Davis and Jonnu Smith. The Bears are tough against the pass. Jalen Johnson is one of the best rookies in the league right now. Kyle Fuller is what many people said is the hardest hitter in the league. And you've got Eddie Jackson, who's a consistent Pro Bowler and lockdown safety. You've got to get Henry going if you want to set up the pass. So those are my keys to the game for both of the teams if they're going to win.
My keys to the game, and I kind of discussed them a little bit earlier, but I'll just say them again. In my opinion, there's no way you're going to stop Derrick Henry because, like you said, he can plow everyone over, and he'll get through the defensive line and linebacking core better than Alvin Kamara can. Alvin Kamara can just speed out, and really he can bulldoze corners and safeties, but not the linebackers, and that's really where the Bears got him. Derrick Henry can, and so I think there's really almost no way you're going to take him very well this game. I think he has a big game. I think the way the Bears are going to win this offensively is not through the run game. I think you got to get either Allen Robinson or Darnell Mooney, one of them going really early because it opens up the other guy, and then you get Jimmy Graham every once in a while, and then their offense is one of the best, honestly. But they just really have to get that going early. For the Titans, I mean, really, Derrick Henry, he's there and use him. He's averaging like 5 yards a carry. He has 8 rushing touchdowns. He's unstoppable, basically. A.J. Brown, too. He's looking unstoppable sometimes. He's so fast. He's strong. He's big. I don't know what more to say about him. And I mean, the Bears have great defense, but I think their problem is going to be with A.J. Brown. So if you can take him down, the game is much closer. And I don't know, but I think they're going to play really well on like Jonnu Smith, Davis, pretty much everyone else. But A.J. Brown is just going to be too much. Like you have to double team him to really take him.
Which they can do. They have the personnel to do it.
which they can do. And wasn't it the Bengals? I think it was the Bengals. They also did it, and he didn't have one of his better games.
Yeah, 4 catches.
So yeah, I mean, if you give AJ Brown an inch of space, he's gonna turn it into 10 yards. Like really, he can get so much space from like nothing, and he is elusive, fast. I don't know what more to say about him. But I do think that the Bears, and you said it, they can double team up on AJ Brown. But then my worry with that is then you either leave Smith or Davis with more opportunity, and I don't know. I mean, Eddie Jackson is good, and I mean he's really good, but I don't know. I feel like once you like take someone out of the okay, I'm gonna say this. Once one of your guys needs a quick break, that's when the Titans are going to make their move. That's when both offenses are going to make their moves. So they gotta watch out for that kind of stuff. But yeah, I'm still sticking with Bears winning this one. I don't think they're going to lose another game.
Right.
AJ, what is your prediction?
I hope you're right. I'll go with you on this. I'll say Bears. I think so. Okay. I'll say Bears 30. They get a couple field goals late. I think Titans. I'll go. I think it's going to be close. I'll go 30-26. I'll have a really weird score for some reason. I'll go 30-26 because also I always forget about it. The Bears their red zone defense is also top 3 in the league. So that is the other thing that I'm very curious to see on how the Titans do once they get inside the 20. That's going to be a big factor in the game. Because they made Will Lutz kick, 4 or 5 field goals last game? I think he went 4 for 5, 3 for 4.
Yeah, and excluding the game against the Rams, which a lot of times they were too fast. Like they got to the line too fast. The defense wasn't ready. And that was excluding that game. The Bears have the best red zone defense in the NFL.
Yep.
So I think unless the Titans can really put some fast things together and have really worked on some key things that they saw the Rams did that really took down the Bears offense, especially in the first quarter, that's how the Titans would win. But I don't see that happening.
Cool. All right. Well, those are our predictions for our favorite teams. Let us know in the comments about what you guys think. Caedmon, can I spend like just a minute to talk about something real quick? It'll be fast,
man.
I promise.
All right.
On last Sunday, during the Chicago Bears Saints game, this is when the wide receiver that I love, who came out of Georgia, Javon Wims, Caedmon, I'm assuming you saw what happened.
I did.
He slugged Chauncey Gardner Johnson, whatever his name is, CJGJ, in the face twice. And a lot of people are hating on him for it. This is my defense of Javon Wims. This is my court case defense of Javon Wims. Yes. Whatever he did, he totally deserved the 2-game suspension. You can't walk up and punch a guy twice. Granted, I will say, CJGJ is not innocent in this. He is not innocent in this. He is a known jerk throughout the NFL. This is the guy who last year made fun of Tariq Cohen's height, started yelling stuff at Allen Robinson, yanked out Javon Wims' mouth guard, reportedly spit on Javon Wims. Now, we don't know if that's confirmed or not. He denies it, but it's been put out there that that's possible. And then on top of all of this, he put his hand in Anthony Miller's helmet. And then finally, this is the guy Michael Thomas got suspended for punching. The dude's a jerk. So I don't know. Maybe he had it coming to him. Maybe he deserved it. I'm not saying Javon was right in slugging him, but maybe he knew something that we didn't.
Awesome. I mean, it's terrible, but it's great defense, Case AJ.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you very much.
I did not know that.
Yeah. That it was just crazy to me to look at all the memes about Saints fans realizing who it was he punched. That was funny. So, ladies and gentlemen, let us know what you guys think. By the time you watch this, Packers game will probably already be over. But what do you guys think about the next week of the NFL? What do you think is going to happen with the Bears game? What's your favorite team? What's going to happen with them? Unless your team is on bye week and you're a Bengals fan, then have a nice week off. Be sure to let us know in the comments what other stuff you want us to talk about. We're hopefully going to get an MLB free agency video sometime in the works down the line, recommended by one of our guys, Jacob Carlson. So we'll try to get to one of those at some point. Be sure to check out our Allied shorts that we did earlier. We got a whole playlist of those now. Be sure to go ahead and check those out. Caedmon, you got anything else to say before we sign off?
No, sir.
All right, everyone, then. We hope you have a great morning, noon, or night, wherever you are. Hope you're having a great day. Wakanda forever. We will see you guys next time on the Allied